I'm so high. Can you believe I've been waiting almost 6 months to use this meme in the correct context?
Big boobs? What? Child. Anyway, so...
Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. Today's a very special day. I want to sit down and film a 6-month update video because as of January 16th, I'm 6 months post-op. I've already made 2 videos, the big, long, very deep, very emotional 20-minute video talking about my reasons behind getting surgery, my entire process, my experience, getting to know Dr. 𝒷𝑜𝒷𝓈, and documenting the entire process. I would highly recommend watching that video before you watch this one because that gives you all the context you need. Pretty much every question is answered in either that video or the second video I did, which was my 1-month Q&A and update video, where I answered like all the most popular questions from the first videos. But in today's video, I want to recap the entire latter half of my healing process from 1 month to where I'm at now, which is fully healed. Talk about the entire process because I think in most surgery vlogs I've watched, there's not really a lot of coverage of post-op and what that means. And I also want to answer some of the last few questions I didn't get to in the last Q&A. So that's what today's video is going to be, just a little update on the girls. The girls. I feel like I should start by explaining exactly what 6 months post-op means. So for most plastic surgeons, when it comes to breast augmentation surgeries, 6 months is generally regarded as the point at which you are fully healed from surgeries. So that's not to say like you're going to be in pain for 6 months. You're absolutely not going to be. But technically 6 months is where you are regarded as like, this is your fully healed benchmark. I felt healed by 2 weeks or so, but your body does need time to like readjust and bring itself back to homeostasis. And at 6 months, that's where you're considered like fully healed by most surgeons. 6 months for me is also where I have my last checkups. Dr. 𝒷𝑜𝒷𝓈's post-op package of care has been absolutely amazing. I saw him regularly in the first month after surgery, and then after that it was like 1 month. I did see him for 2 months and then 3 months, and then 6 months is where like the checkups end, and then after that it's pretty much just annual visits. But yeah, 6 months is kind of the end of the road for healing, and that's why this little milestone is important to me because it means a lot. 6 months is also when they're supposed to look magical. So I didn't realize at first how much better and how much they would change in appearance from where they were at even like 1 month when I felt like, oh, these are looking amazing. They will look better and better and better. Basically, the entire process is called the drop and fluff process. When you first insert the implants, they sit under the muscle, and then over time, as the muscle relaxes, the implants will kind of drop into their final place on the chest, and then they'll kind of fluff out into that space. And I could not be happier with the final result. I was even feeling really great around the 3-month mark. I was like, they look amazing, and they did. But they keep looking better and like more natural as time goes by. I think around the 2-month mark, I was getting kind of dismayed and a little bit insecure. Taking other people's comments to heart. A lot of people were telling me like you didn't go big enough, it looks like you barely did anything, which I didn't even want to in the first place. I just wanted them to look natural and like what I naturally would have had I not been deathly sick through my entire teenage years. Not to mention like what size you go is your own choice and you should be satisfied with your opinion and your opinion only. But I think around that 2-month mark I was like, they are kind of small, but I decided I was like, I'll wait, I'll see how they look, and bitch, they got big. My confirmation of that was when I got to go bra shopping for the first time in my life. I've never gotten measured before. I've never been able to shop for bras at a traditional store. I've always just either tried to wear the small size and even that wouldn't fit. But yeah, I'd been like wearing bralettes and training bras for my entire life. So for the first time, I decided to go to Victoria's Secret and get measured for the first time and buy actual proper bras. The measuring process was super fun for me because she didn't actually tell me what size I was. She just brought me bras and I tried them on and they all fit. This one was actually the first bra that I tried on and it just fit perfect. I've never had a bra fit before. There's like no gapping, the back is comfortable, ain't nothing hit like a bra that fits. I was so excited. I sent this video to Connie in the dressing room because I was so excited about finding something that actually truly fit me.
Like look how nice it fits. It's like no gapping. The back is like all good, and like it's not like you know.
And then I checked to see what size she had sized me as. When I tell you, my jaw dropped. My starting size was a 32 AA. So I was expecting to be around the B, maybe small C cup. And I think probably around the 1 month mark, I was at like B because I wasn't fully like fluffed up yet. Around the 3 month mark, I think I was kind of pushing a small C. At Victoria's Secret, I was measured as a 32D. I don't know if Victoria's Secret bras run bigger. I don't really care because that's pretty much the only place I shop for bras in the first place. So yeah, I'm a 32D at Victoria's Secret. And I was like, that sounds so fake, but okay. I tried on every 32D in the store and they all fit me. So I was like, okay, so this is my size. Also to test things out, I went to Nordstrom and I tried on a Calvin Klein bra in 32D and it also fit. So I don't know. I think the more important part is I feel like they look good in proportion to the rest of my body. That was what I was really shooting for. I didn't care what kind of numerical or letter size I was. I just wanted them to fit me. But my point is though, you do wait to see those results. I think around the 3 month to like 4 month mark was when it really started to look like perfect for me. Before I'd been like satisfied and I'm like, this is such an improvement from where I was before, but they started looking like immaculate around that mark. They also used to be more far apart. I naturally had this like space here on my sternum, so the implants couldn't be placed like right next to each other, which I also don't really think looks super natural, so I was gonna have this gap anyways, but they used to be like kind of far apart. I'll show a picture if I can find one, but I think over time as they've settled, they've come to a place where they just not like super far apart anymore and they look good. I was temporarily wearing a bandeau during the nighttime to kind of push them together, but I honestly think the bigger part is that they just like migrated to where they were supposed to be. So love that for me. Along with the kind of drop and fluff process, there has been the fluffing. So they've gotten bigger, of course, but they've also gotten softer. Muscle has relaxed a lot. I do have pretty tight pecs naturally. So the top part of my boobs is more firm just because I have pectoral muscle covering that. Like they're not bolt-ons and they're not stiff. They bounce and feel like boobs, which like sounds so weird for me coming out of my mouth, but that was like a big concern for me. And I think for a lot of people, it's just like, will they feel and look like boobs? So you can just like, they feel pretty great. Sensation, I do want to touch on that because I was very numb, I think up until like 2 months or so. For the first month, I honestly could not feel anything because my tissue was stretched so much because I didn't have anything to begin with. So the skin really does have a long time to stretch out. Your nerves have to like take time to rewire themselves, and it will take a little bit longer to regain sensations. That's gonna happen for everybody. You usually do lose sensation in your nipples for about 6 months, but for me at this point, sensation has come back almost fully. I do still feel a little bit number on the lower part, but I think that's probably just specific to me just because my skin is stretching a lot more than a typical person's would. Nipple sensation's back. They're actually more sensitive now, so take that as you will, as a positive or negative. I think it's a positive. As for scars, my scars have been fading very nicely. I think they're fading really beautifully. I am somebody who scars a lot very easily. Scarring up, my skin just takes to scars more and shows them a lot more. But I talked about that with Dr. 𝒷𝑜𝒷𝓈 and he's been super helpful. I was prescribed this biocorneum scar cream from Sientra, the company that made my implants, and I've also been taking my vitamin E pills, and with consistency and Dr. 𝒷𝒷𝓈's care, I've been really working on fading those scars, and it's been doing a great job. That was something I was very thankful for, was having that specific concern heard, because scars, they aren't necessarily the most important thing. Like the most important thing is that you're safe and you're healing well, but that was something I was concerned about, and I love that Dr. 𝒷𝒷𝓈 like took that into account and helped me create a targeted plan towards fading those scars as quickly as possible, because that was a big concern for me, and I'm really glad that that was heard. Exercise is easy now. I started working out again at 1 month. From there, even then, I did take it a little bit slower. I didn't immediately jump back into the weights. I worked my way up because I felt comfortable doing that, but I'm back doing pretty much everything that I was doing. I've gotten a lot stronger, especially since starting at UCLA, because there are like actual gyms. I've worked my way back up in weights. I've gotten actually stronger than I was pre-surgery. I'm back to lifting heavier, doing arm workouts. The only thing I can't really do are like heavy chest workouts, so I am happy to never do a push-up ever again in my life. That is not a concern for me. I do have to wear like sports bras now. I used to just be able to wear literally like a bralette to work out because there's nothing to hold down. I've been introduced to the world of supportive sports bras, and honestly, love it. I just look healthier and happier, and I am a lot happier. So, and now I want to answer a few extra questions that you guys submitted. How do I know if I need a lift as well as an augmentation? So mastopexy or lift, having a breast lift and a breast augmentation concurrently at the same time is a common procedure. Dr. 𝒷𝒷𝓈 specializes in those as well. For that though, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving you guys a recommendation because I am not a board certified plastic surgeon. So if you want more answers on that, I'll refer you to Dr. K's Real Self page. He like basically does like little online mini consultations for people and answers questions like that on there. So, but just in general, if you are thinking that you might need that as well with your procedure, I would say ask your surgeon and they will determine if that's the best course of action for you. How manageable was the cost? I talked about cost a little bit in my last video, but I didn't go super in depth with it. For me, I paid for my surgery on my own, so I did have to save up quite a bit. I started saving months in advance because I knew it was something that I cared a lot about, and I knew that if I was gonna do it, I wanted to do it right. That was like the biggest thing I talked about in my last video, was like, if you're gonna do this, don't go for cheap, go for safety, go for good results. If you ever want to invest in anything, you should invest in yourself and your safety. Honestly, for me, the cost was manageable because I started saving months in advance, so I had a good amount saved up makeup. And just in general, I knew like this is an investment I want to make in myself. This is something that's important to me. So in general, I don't like making big purchases all the time. And by now through YouTube and just like working on the side, saving a little bit more money for the past couple months, I have recuperated the costs. So, but good surgeons usually offer really great payment plans. I know Dr. 𝒷𝓈 offers a payment plan to make it like more manageable on I think a monthly basis. So yeah, cost is pretty manageable. I think it's a small price to pay for quality and safety. When would you recommend doing the surgery? This is actually a question that I knew the answer to for myself. I did it over summer because I knew I wouldn't have like school or work obligations. I didn't want to like have to go to school while I was recovering. Technically, you can go to work 3 days after surgery, I believe, but I know I wouldn't have been able to heal as quickly, and just like I think I needed that privacy of just being able to relax in my home. So I would say taking time off, like a week is a pretty good amount of downtime to take, just because that first week was not good for me, but then it turned around quickly after that. I think prices are pretty much the same all year. I don't think there's any like difference in healing at different times of the year. So I did it during summer. That was good for me. But I think I would just recommend doing it whenever you know you're gonna have like a good chunk of time. I would say about a week of downtime just to rest and heal and focus on yourself. That's my recommendation. And then the final question, do you have any regrets? In terms of getting the surgery, no. I'm so happy with my decision. I don't remember what my life was like before that. I'm completely and totally happy and overjoyed with the confidence that I've gained from this, and just this entire experience has been absolutely amazing from start to finish. One of my regrets is I regret not seeing Dr. 𝒷𝓈 sooner and not finding my surgeon sooner, because my God, if you watch my last video, some of the doctors that I consulted with before him, horrendous. In fact, the surgeon I consulted with the weekend before I met Dr. K, he was so bad. He was so mean to me. He like made jokes about how flat my chest was, and I was like, yeah, I'm insecure about that. That's why I'm here. He insulted my intelligence. He spent maybe 10 minutes with me tops. The rest of like the other 20 minutes I spent with his assistant. I felt like he barely got to know me. He brushed me off when I told him I was pre-med and I was interested in learning about the procedure rather than just undergoing it. That was such a horrendous experience with meeting a surgeon who I felt like didn't really care about me, that it almost put me off the surgery entirely. And I was like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not cut out to do this, but I'll go see this doctor next weekend and see if it works out for me. And when I met Dr. 𝒷𝓈, it just clicked. I felt so confident about everything. I was like, this is my doctor. I feel extremely good about this. And after meeting Dr. K, I went to one more consultation. I was like, no, he's my doctor. That's perfect. So yeah, I regret not seeing him sooner, because before him I consulted with 3 surgeons and they all made me feel not great, honestly. So I would say take the time to find a great doctor. Mine was amazing. If you need to travel, come here to Newport Beach, honestly. Find the person that speaks to you and clicks with you and makes you feel safe, it makes you feel informed, and makes you feel like part of the process, because this is your body. You are making this decision. Do it right. And then my only other regret is I regret guesstimating my boob size at 3 months, and then I went and bought, I think, 3 different bras in that size. Because at 3 months, I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be my final boob size, and I need a few bras. I didn't buy any wired bras. You're not supposed to do that until 6 months, I believe. I bought some of those like nice soft cup bras that still have like a cup size, but they're not wired bras. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but basically I bought 2 bras in size 32B to wear down the line, and I ended up being 2 whole cup sizes off. So yeah, don't guesstimate your bra size. Wait until you're fully healed and then go shop for bras. You will not regret it. So that is my 6-month update. I think this is probably going to be the last video you see of me talking about my boobs. If you want to follow this along, Instagram stories and just Instagram in general, great place to do that. I will continue to post updates probably every time I go in for a checkup, honestly, just every time I go see Dr. K. But I want to thank you guys for following along this journey. I was super nervous to share this. I was scared of being judged, and I have been quite a bit, but I wasn't sure if anyone wanted to hear this, and I wasn't sure if this was going to be something I would feel proud of sharing. And I cannot say enough how happy I am that I made the decision to share this journey, that I opened up about my past struggles and where I'm at now. And I'm so lucky that I've been able to be open with you guys and that I have a platform to talk about things that are important to me. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you to Dr. 𝒷𝓈 for the tits. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed down below, and also follow me on Instagram to see updates in the future like this posted fairly regularly. And if you made it to the very end of this video, you get the bonus meme. Love you.